got a bunch of big TVs.
This is the men's 10K final. Last event of the night. For Helio, looks like he's about fourth from the inside of the track, and Cody is on the outside.
And we're off with 10,000.
Those are the two UTA athletes.
Top 6 finishers for the women's 10,000. Please report to the awards area at this time. Here are the scheduled hit numbers for this race. Hit number 1, Eric Barkhouse from Seattle. He's ranked number 3 coming in to this race.
So I see Cody.
Number 2, David from UTSA. 3, Barry Britt.
For Helio's going up on the outside.
Julio Martinez from Texas Arlington. Matthew McClement from Seattle University is in 5, and he was the number 2 seed coming in.
It's a 25 lap race.
Kyle McKenna from Utah State is wearing number 6, and he is the number 1 seed coming in. His best time this season so far, 29:37.29. In hit number 7 is Graham Kinsel Grubbs from Seattle. 8, Chris Martinez from Utah State. 9, Ivan Garcia from UTSA. 10 is Ryan Elzalde from UTSA. He comes in at number 6. Arvin Singh from UTSA is number 11. Number 12, Noah Bonson from UTSA. He's the 8th ranked runner coming into this race. Kate Jensen is number 13 from Utah State. Number 14, Taylor Ashton from Louisiana Tech. Number 15, Cody Widener from Texas Arlington. And number 16, Joaquin Ortegon from UTSA. He is ranked
Last event of the night.
In the WAC coming into this
Started
race.
a little after 9. Weather's fantastic. Just a slight breeze. Temperature is 70, 75 at the most. Not much humidity.
Eric Barkhouse from Seattle.
That was geometry class, bro. He was just like this. He said, bro, he was in the air so forward. I let him know
A little bit of bumping going on.
Me and Cardell was quiet. We was looking. He got up, was like, good. Walked all the way up.
For Helio's got himself in a nice spot there.
I was tired. I hit my shoulder. Got up,
I say that from their perspective. He had nobody beside him where he's trapped in.
It was like, I barely. I trying to say it was me. I was looking bad.
Will the following runners please report to the awards area? Anna Kaiser, Sandra Venegas, Alyssa Diaz, Isabel Belbonte, Gabriel Alfonso, and Camille Schultz. Please report to the awards area at this time.
So based on the fact these guys are bunched up, I have a feeling that they're going
Now
out
running out in front is Eric Barkhouse
with a
from
fairly
Seattle.
conservative
Kyle
pace.
McKenna is right behind him from Utah State. The meet record is 28:31.26, set in 1984 by Gadamis Shahang from Utah. The all-time best time is 27:36.20, set in 1982 by Gabriel Kamal from Utah.
This is a 25 lap race. I'm guessing if I stop recording the camera and let 10 laps go by and I pick the camera back up and start again, you wouldn't even notice a difference. These guys are just going to settle in and just click the laps through and wait till they get somewhere in that 6 to go range. That's probably the strategy that some of these guys have in mind. And again, it just takes one to pull out. And everybody's plans change.
And so he got my back. And I did just like this. I had the ball in my hand and just like this.
A little bit different than the women's race where there was a group of 5 that's immediately separated. And for the most part, they never let up.
Will Alyssa Diaz and Isabel Belbonson from UTSA please report to the awards area at this time?
Go out there laughing and joking and stuff. It ends up being like 13-6. It was just like this. Starting with that, we took the circle back, and Cardell hit that hard break. It'd be like 13-14. Cardell hit that. You know, you go up. I could really walk in, but we didn't let it go. But the crowd was running faster.
Boy, a fairly tight bunch. Nobody's wanting to let the field get away from them. Quiet down on the coaching area as they won't go by.
With 20 laps to go, out in front is Kyle McKenna from Utah State, followed by Barry Britt from Idaho. Friends are still tight in the group though, and a good bunch.
He looked at me like I was crossing the okay. So he reaches in and I back up a little bit. He looks at me like he got me and I was just like, you serious, bro? So I started trying to go too hard, right? I tried to hit one of them islands.
When I throw this out on YouTube, I'm probably going to have to tell people how far that they can watch for a little while and then how far to skip up to see when the race kicks in.
He looked at us walking, us walking. I gotta do something special on my
Yeah, still fairly quiet from the coaches in terms of telling these guys to do anything or calling out splits. It's none of that going on. A couple of them look like they might be falling off the back. I don't know if that's any indication that the pace is picking up or not, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the results from the women's 10,000 meter run. In 8th place, Emily Paradis from Idaho at 38:22.73. In 7th place, Samantha Fish from UTSA, 38:11.32. And now for your second team, all WAC. In 6th place, Camille Schultz, New Mexico State, 37:57.31. In 5th place, Gabriella Alfonso from Texas Arlington,
right on, Gabby.
5 even. And in 4th place, Isabel Belbonson from UTSA.
This is interesting. This guy, UTSA runner.
And now for your first team, all WAC. Alyssa Diaz in 3rd place from UTSA at 36.82. In 2nd place, Sandra Venegas from
18
Texas
to go.
At 35.25.11. And this year's champion in the women's 10,000 meter run at 35-20.
Still not happening. I think he was just wanting to get up in case the...
Hannah Kaiser. Congratulations, ladies.
In case there was a move.
All WAC team.
That's interesting. And then he dropped all the way back.
2013.
What's the story with that guy? Is he fading all the way back? I don't know what's up with that. And I don't think he came up to talk to anybody in the front because neither of those guys are UTSA runners.
With 17 laps to go, still running out in front is Kyle McKenna from Utah State. Running right beside him is Barry Britt from Idaho. And running right behind them is Eric Barkhouse from Seattle. However, as you'll notice, the runners are all still pretty tightly grouped yet with 17 laps to go.
So Cody brought himself a little further up into the pack. And it looks like Seattle U's got 3 guys right there in the front. So maybe the Seattle guys thinking now's the time to start pressing the pace a little bit.
And starting to get out in front is Graham Kimball-Grubbs from Seattle. Following right behind him, McKenna and Britt running side by side. 16 laps to go.
And that's the entire field. There's, I said earlier, it looked like some people might be dropping off, but that's just not the case. So the Seattle U runner came out in front and might have increased the pace a little, but he didn't cause any change in the pack. Cody and Vive kind of kept their positions where they've been since the first 100 meters. Quiet down through the coaching section. They spread out in the turn a little bit and then bunch back up on the straights.
Still out in front is Graham Kinsel Grubbs from Seattle. Right behind them is Barry Britt and Kyle McKenna.
UTSA guys look like they might be trying to move up on the outside. It's a long race, so Seattle guy looked back a little, see what the field was doing behind him. I think he might have heard the extra footsteps coming from the outside, but again, just fantastic weather for these guys to run this race tonight. I think that's a UTSA runner that pulled out in
moving
front.
up into the lead now is Joaquin Ortega from UTSA. Moving up to stay right with him is Barry Britt, and right behind him is Kyle McKenna. Also moving up is Virgilio Martinez from Texas Arlington. And now Britt and McKenna.
Couldn't quite tell what Coach yelled. It sounded like he said, "Somebody commit." Not sure what. Again, these guys aren't getting much instruction from the coaches yet. The jockeys haven't pulled out the whips. So we're a little over 18 minutes into this race.
Also trying to make a move up now is Ryan Elzalde from UTSA. He's slipped in the number 3 position right now, right behind Britt and McKenna.
11 to go. So I didn't get you a halfway split, but
11 laps to go.
they probably came through the 5 somewhere in the 15-minute range. I'm just guessing, I could be way off, but trying to fill the silence. And no one has been dropped from this pack. interesting. V is starting to
has moved up
drop
into
to the
third,
middle
still right behind
of the
him
pack.
Is Ozalde from UTSA.
Cody's kind of held his ground.
Britt and McKenna still leading the pack right now. 10 laps to go.
So V and Cody are running side by side. So here is the first signs of separation. So the coaches are starting to yell, trying to encourage the athletes to get back up there and don't let this race slip away. Cody's doing a good job holding with those guys. V's dropping back a little bit. It's not a good sign. UTA is needing the points. Also needing to displace the other schools. So Cody looks like he wants to run with these guys. 8 to go. Yep, and I heard that.
Pack is starting to stretch out.
Coach yelling for Helio.
McKenna from Utah State now out in front. Right behind him, Barry Britt from Idaho, and then Cody Widener from Texas Arlington running
So
1, 2, and 3.
Group of 6 is separating.
Trying to maintain contact with the leaders is Kate Jensen from Utah State running in 4.
So you can see where the rest of the field is.
Now moving up into 5th is Matthew McClement from Seattle. And then running right behind him is Ortega from UTSA. That's the leader pack right now. 7 laps to go.
So it looked like Cody might be in trouble, but not the case quite yet. He's still with that group. Come on, Cody. Tuck up in there. Oh, sorry.
McKenna, Britt, and Jensen now forming their own leader pack. And trying to maintain contact is McClement and Whiteman.
6 to go.
6 laps to go.
I hear him hollering. Come on, Cody, stay with these guys.
Let's go, B! Let's go, B! Let's go, B! Let's go,
I'm gonna pull back so we can just get a view of all the top 5 here. With Cody's kind of slipping away from that group, but it doesn't look like there's anybody who's coming on. With 5 laps to go, there's still plenty of time for
Brent and Jensen
positions to be exchanged.
5 laps to go.
Come on, Cody! So V is coming across the line. Wow, ouch. So there's the lead pack of 3 with 4th out there in between and Cody. These guys are closing in on the end of this race.
And here come our leaders. Britt trying to challenge McKenna for the lead as they come down to the 4-lap mark. 1,600 meters to go.
Seattle U runner.
Still trying to hang in there and maintain contact with Britt and McKenna.
Cody's looking good. Cody, I know you can sense the end is here. Keep fighting it. Seattle U runner, he is going to join that lead pack before this is over. Because he's making ground. I think Cody's holding his ground. The lead 2 guys they're pushing it out pretty good. So Cody's rounding with 200 to go to the line. Coming across now is the lead 2 runners. There's 3rd. Seattle U, he's finding his stride. I think I heard him say Matthews, the Seattle U runner. 3 to go. Coach is running with you, Cody.
Barry Britt from Idaho now out in front of Tom McKenna from Utah State.
Cody looks like he might have picked up the pace a little. I'm going to swing the camera over so we can catch the leaders. So that is the lead runner there coming through. Second. And the Seattle U runner lapping somebody for 3rd.
2 laps to go.
And there's your 4th place runner
from Idaho. Lengthening his
and
lead
here
out
comes
over
Cody.
Tom McKenna from Utah State.
Come on, Cody! Two to go, Cody.
Also moving up is Matthew McClement from Seattle.
So V's got himself in 5th or 6th, 7th, 8th place as V goes around the bend.
And here comes the leader, Barry Britt from Idaho.
Okay, so Cody's on the back. Here's the leader coming across in front of him at the 50-yard line.
As he's lapping runners now.
I don't know where second is. Okay, here's second hitting the 50-yard line right now.
The final lap.
So there's third.
Barry Britt from Idaho running out in front.
Here is fourth.
McKenna from Utah State running in third.
And there's Cody in
Matthew
fifth.
McClement from Seattle.
Let's see if we can catch this race. Sorry, there's the leader coming across the back.
Britt continues to roll around the track.
And there's the Seattle runner coming up. Cody has crossed the line. He's on the bend. I'm going to swing it back. And we've got Virgilio coming through for the bell. So here's the leader.
75 meters to go. Barry Britt.
There's the leader.
Idaho. And here comes Kyle McKenna from Utah State.
I believe this is second place.
Matthew McClement from Seattle.
Second place with the Seattle runner coming in to try and close for second.
And
He's not quite got it.
For second, followed by Matthew McClement.
So Cody's putting a fight on.
And now we have a race for third.
Actually, I think it's for fourth, but yeah,
Jensen and
it's for fourth.
Winder. And Jensen's going to hold on for third. Cascade Jensen from Utah State. Fourth will be Cody Widener from Texas Arlington.
Okay, and V should be coming. And here comes V. So I think that is for 8th place for Virgilio. So Cody with the 32.10, Virgilio with the 32.57.